Hi, my name is Gayatri and I will be your trainer for this session. Hi, and welcome to a quick introduction to Docker. This is lesson 18, and in this session, we are going to see Docker Host Remote REST API. So the Docker host or the Docker daemon provides a set of APIs that can be used to manage containers without the need of a Docker client. So I hope you remember the Docker architecture. If you don't, I will link the previous sessions in the description below. Okay, so when you bypass a Docker client, it gives you the ability to create automation scripts that can directly make API calls to the Docker daemon. So for this session, we will need to bind the Docker daemon to a TCP port. Now to make this whole process easy, what we are going to do is we are going to create an Alpine Linux container that has got the SoCat utility. So what is SoCat? So very simply, you can think of SoCat as a cat command which transfers data between two locations instead of standard output. So when you do a cat, the output comes on your terminal, but in SoCat, it is between two locations. So when you do SoCat, you are actually sending data between two locations. So that's very basic explanation of SoCat. You don't need to know too much about it. Alright, so that is what we're going to use to help us access our Docker daemon API REST endpoints. Alright, so let's go ahead and create that container. If we try to curl our daemon endpoint directly, it's not going to work. You're going to get a fail to connect error. So let's create our container docker run -d -p, and we are mapping the port 1234 on the host machine to port 2375 inside the container, because that is the Docker daemon port for REST API calls. And then we are mapping our Docker daemon socket into the container. So var run docker.sock is our Docker daemon, and the image is alpine/socat, and we are executing a command which is going to be our PID1 process. So if you don't know how this works, I'll again link the previous sessions in the description box below. So this is TCP-listen 2375, that is our Docker daemon port, and the Unix connect is var run docker.sock, which is our Docker daemon. So everything after the alpine/socat is going to be our PID1 process. So just check if the container is running. Okay, now the container is running. Let's try to connect to our Docker daemon using curl. Remember, we are going to use the port 1234 and not 2375. And it works. So this now shows us the container that's running on the Docker host, which is currently only one container, that is the alpine/socat. Let's pass this to a JSON parser so that we can see a neat JSON output. So this is the JSON output. You see that this is the Alpine SoCat container, and these are the properties of that container. Yeah, now let's create another container, which is the normal Nginx Alpine container, and let's make the REST API call to get the list of containers. So first do a docker ps to ensure that two containers are running, and then let's make our curl call, and we should get two containers too. So one is the Alpine SoCat and the other one is our Nginx Alpine. Okay, so this URL is very useful. This URL explains the endpoints available in your Docker daemon. So these are the image endpoints. Similarly, you will have container endpoints. Yeah, so let's try to get a list of images that are cached on our Docker daemon. So let's execute the command curl http://localhost 1234/images/json. Yeah, and we'll get a huge JSON output. Let's pipe that to the JSON parser, and you should get a neat JSON output. Yeah, so this is basically all the images that are cached in our Docker daemon. All right. So now let's see what is the API command that needs to be executed when you want to pull an image from Docker Hub. So remember, we generally execute these commands using the Docker client. Behind the scene, this is what the Docker client actually does. So we are seeing the commands that the Docker client executes. Yeah. So we're going to execute the command curl -d, then an empty quote and localhost :1234 images, create from image and nginx alpine. So what's this going to do is this is going to pull the image from Docker Hub because that is the default registry for Docker. So now when you do a Docker PS, you should have two containers as we have already created one container before. Let's go ahead and delete the nginx alpine container. And now what we are going to do is we are going to execute the REST API call to create a container. So we executed the call to pull an image from Docker Hub. Now we are going to execute the API to create a container. So this is the command. Yeah. So you'll see the images nginx alpine, and we are doing the port binding, which is port 8181 is mapped to port 80 inside the container. So let's proceed. We should get an output which has got the container ID. Now let's do a Docker PS, and we don't see our container listed. Now why is this? This is because we have only created the container, but we have not started the container. It's created, but it's not yet running. So now what we have to do is we have to start the container. Let's get our container ID and let's execute the endpoint to start the container. Now when we do a Docker PS, we will see our Alpine container listed. And if you browse localhost :8181, you should get the default nginx page. So let's go ahead and delete the two containers. Now our Docker daemon is clear, right? So please remember this URL. This URL has got all the endpoints that are accepted by our Docker daemon. It's got examples. It explains the parameters. It's a very interesting and very useful link. All the objects that can be managed in the Docker daemon have an endpoint. Yeah. So with this, we come to an end of our session. Thank you very much for your time and see you in the next session. Bye-bye. If you want to learn more about Docker or any other platform or software, you can always visit our website shri.cc, where we have different lessons for different platforms and software. So the duration for these lessons are different depending on the level of depth that you want. So if you just want to get an idea of the course, we have such sessions for you. If you want to go deeper, you know the basics, you just want to go deeper into it, we have such sessions for you too. So feel free to contact us via our website, which is www.shree.cc, sree.cc. So thank you very much for your time. Hope this quick video gives you an idea or helps you get started or keeps you curious enough to watch the other episodes. See you soon. Bye-bye. If you like this video, don't forget to click that thumbs up button and share this video with your friends. And also click that subscribe button and the bell icon so that you get notified every time we release a new lesson.